iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, to the Oxford Plains Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. The Oxford Plains Speedway opened its doors back in 1950, an asphalt track in Maine of its first of the kind, and well, it's hosted some pretty big races. The NASCAR Cup Series had come here back in 1966, 67, and 1968. Bobby Allison and Richard Petty won those two races, but now tonight, the stars of Red Light Racing will get to add their names amongst some of the best drivers that have ever raced at Oxford. Tonight, though, it's a little bit, we're on the end of the tail of the season with 14 races out of 16 already in the books. Dalton Williamson has a 55-point lead over A.J. Hamill. Both drivers very fast here tonight in our practice session. We'll see if either of those two drivers can snag a pole here tonight, because it's just 2 races left in the season. Here tonight at Oxford for 100 laps, and then next week it is the championship night, presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for 100 laps with the street stocks. We'll see how this race shakes out here tonight and how those point standings will be effective. But it's just about time to go down trackside here tonight to get our starting lineup. Starting a lineup here tonight brought to us by our friends over at Six Rings Racing. This is your starting lineup here tonight at Oxford. Starting on the front row, the driver out of Vermont driving car number 18. It'll be A.J. Hamill. Car number 2, Michael Trevarthen out of Florida will drive the Rev Esports number 2. He'll start back in P number 2. Car number 73, Philly Edwards, had a heck of a run in the last season. Tonight, he'll start 3rd. Rex Hoyle, the driver out of North Carolina, driving the Colony Tire and Service Center 05, will roll off from the 4th position here tonight, while the driver out of Tampa, Florida, driving the Rev Esports number 1. It's the 3-time champion, the points leader here tonight, Dalton Williamson. It's the driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts, the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 13 MA. Joshua Buckley will go 6th. The rookie driving car 01 here tonight out of Florida, A.J. Watkins. Back into the 8th starting spot. He drives car number 31 here tonight on the call. This will be Dave Bragg. Back into the 9th spot, driving car number 99. It'll be Mark Jenkins out of Richmond, Virginia. And hailing from Ontario, Canada, driving car number 38. It's the Liquid Molly entry. That is Brandon Feeney. It's the Six Rings Racing, number 6 out of Virginia. That's Eric Stout. He'll start 11th. 12th on the call here tonight, the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40. That is Rob Higgins. Back into the 13th starting spot here tonight. Dan Murphy Jr. in car number 41. South Carolina's own. The 271 of Aiden Alvecchione will go 14th, 15th to the checkered flag auto supply number 30. That is Bob Higgins. Brian Bianchi in the Culpeppers Bakery Cafe number 5 will start back into the 16th starting spot. 17th to the Big Bruce Customs entry. That's the 26 of Dennis Bruce. Dan the Store Magnet Butler in car number 21 back in 18th. And Brandon Wind will start shotgun to the field. Green flag is up here at Oxford. 100 laps on the board here tonight for the checkered flag auto supply short track scrambler series. Good start by A.J. Hamill here on lap number 1. He had the pole, and he will lead lap number 1 here tonight. Battle is just behind him. That is the number 5 of Rex Hoyle, the 05 to the outside lane. He is currently stuck on the outside lane as cars are getting around him on the bottom side. Had just a moment there that he could have went down to the bottom lane. He will not. One driver coming to pit road. That'll be car number 41. Dan Murphy Jr. coming to pit road unexpectedly here on lap number 3. So Murphy Jr. off the speedway in car number 41. Still watching the battle here with Rex Hoyle, the Colony Tire and Service Center. 05 to the outside of Joshua Buckley. Buckley going to bank it off the curbing down in turns 1. Sorry, that was down in turn number 3 and 4. Buckley off the track now. He's going down below. I don't think that is part of the racing line here tonight at Oxford. So Buckley will come back out onto the raceway when he will go from being inside the top 5 all the way back to the 12th running position currently here on the speedway. A little bit of a rough start there for the driver of the 13 MA. Mark Jenkins picking up a spot. He'll get around A.J. Watkins. He will also, looks like that's the 40, Rob Higgins in the Busch Latte entry. Car 40, the driver out of Massachusetts. Caution flag. Caution on the speedway. Looks like something possibly happening. The car number 30 of Bob Higgins. I've brought the caution flag out for the first time here tonight. Uh-oh, Bob's out into the sand lot out there in the corner. Question is, how did he get his little Legends machine out there? Well, that angle looks like he just exit staged right. We'll have to see if there's any contact, as that was the 14 of Brandon Wind was right there also. Watch the number 30 to the outside. Ooh. Not sure if something malfunctioned on his rig or what happened, because that car just absolutely staged right exit. So that's what's going to bring us under the first caution flag here tonight in our feature event here at the Oxford Plains Speedway. Race fans, are you in the Massachusetts area? Well, you need to head on over to check out the Checkered Flag Auto Supply located on 103 Park Street in Ayer, Massachusetts. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply is a family-owned business operated by the Higgins family. Make sure to stop by today and say hi to the Higgins and thank them for everything they do for the Red Light Racing Series. Race leader who has led every lap here tonight, though, that is the number 18 of A.J. Hamill. You see him in the Arts Barber shot, Mr. Confusion Motorsports, number 18. He's the race leader. He will be the first one to see the white flag displayed here. We should get the one to go this time by at the line. As we don't. Officials say we're not quite lined up here tonight, so one car is off the speedway. That is the number 41 of Dan Murphy Jr., so he is the only driver down off the speedway currently here tonight. Bob Higgins will go 2 laps down currently on the running order. So unfortunate for Higgins, he'll try to maybe catch a little bit of a break here. If we have a couple cautions, the lucky dog is on here tonight. That time by at the flag stand, we did get the one to go signal, so these drivers will double them up here this time down into 1 and 2, and next time when we come out of turn 4, we will smash the gas and see if we can go real fast once again here tonight at Oxford. It will be A.J. Hamill, Michael Trevorth, and Dalton Williamson, Philly Edwards, your top 4 drivers here, with Rex Hoyle and Brandon Feeney in the next row. Safety cars off the speedway. We are ready to turn these bumblebees loose once again. Here we go. Hamill with another great start. Looks like Dalton Williamson going to leave the bottom lane open momentarily. Michael Trevorth looked like he wanted to get down there. That car just got a little tight off the corner, and now he will not be able to fall in line. A.J. Hamill will bring us back to lead lap number 1, back to under the green flag. One car still stuck to the outside groove there. Everybody else really trying to get down as fast as they can. That's the 73 Philly Edwards there. He's trying to circle the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, but here comes the driver out of Ontario, Canada, the Liquid Molly entry. That is Brandon Feeney. The door's open if Rob Higgins wants to take the bumper bar and put it there right now inside Philly Edwards. He does down the back straightaway. He'll have the position in the turn number 3. Philly Edwards still, little contact. Edwards sideways. Edwards going to go around in car number 73. The Iron Maiden Buffalo Bills entry. We'll circle around the speedway and bring out our second caution flag of the evening here on lap number 15. Little contact that time down in turns 3 and 4, and that will spin the 73 of Philly Edwards around, so we'll call it a two-car tango here. I didn't see anybody else getting any damage. Let's take a look at it. There you see Higgins to the inside, and just a little contact right there. Eric Stout did make a little contact in his Six Rings Racing number 6 to the back bumper bar there of car number 40 of Rob Higgins. So that will be what brings out the caution flag here tonight. This is the second caution flag here tonight in our 100-lap feature. It has been a heck of a season for these drivers here. For the first time ever, Red Light Racing has gone short track series, Scrambler series style. What does that mean? Well, that means we've scrambled up all the different short track variant cars here with the iRacing.com platform. We started off the season back on August the 25th at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas. It was the Jiffy Lube 100 with the, well, what you see out here tonight. This is a Legends machine. Dalton Williamson was able to pick up the win that night. Then we went to Stafford Motor Speedway with the SK Modified. A.J. Hamill was able to pick up the win. Went to South Boston, the limited late model stock entry. Well, that was Dalton Williamson going to victory lane. Went over to the Langley Speedway for 101 laps, and that was Rex Hoyle picking up the street stock feature win. And then we went to the Five Flags Speedway where we took the super late model for the first time out. Dalton Williamson was able to win at his hometown track. Then we went up a little bit to the tricky little triangle Concord Speedway where Dalton Williamson was able to wheel and deal his SK Modified. That was round number 6. Round 7 was at the Lucas Oil Raceway. Dalton Williamson able to pick up his 3rd consecutive win in the limited late model stock. Then on October the 13th, we went to the Martinsville Speedway for the PK Paints 100. James Skelton was able to pick up the win on that one. We went to the LA Coliseum for a doozy, that was for sure, the Big Wiggle 100. A.J. Hamill able to outlast and better everybody in the street stock, round number 9. 505 Motorsports took the North Wilkesboro Speedway where James Skelton picked up his 2nd career short track series win with the SK Modified. Then we went to Hickory where Dalton Williamson took the super late model feature. We were at Lanier a couple of weeks ago and Dalton Williamson was able to pick up the, well, Legends victory there. Last week Dalton Williamson went 3 in a row again. He won at Thompson, and A.J. Hamill actually picked up the Southern National Motorsports Park Arts Barbershop night with the SK Modified. So round number 15 is where we're at here. We'll be 20 laps in the books here as Dalton Williamson, A.J. Hamill take the green flag. Dalton Williamson got a good start. Oh, trouble. Caution lights coming on here. Big problems down here as Philly Edwards involved in this one. Looks like Edwards and Feeney, along with Rob Higgins, having some issues. So back-to-back caution flags here. The 3rd caution flag of the evening flying here at the Oxford Plains Speedway. Take a look. Higgins and Feeney. Oh, it looks like the 6 of Eric Stout into the back bumper bar of the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. Aiden Alvecchione going around there. You see the 73 of Philly Edwards coming to a rest. A lonely feeling there for Brandon Feeney. Here's going to be a good one. We're going to be able to watch back at Eric Stout. Just got the right front into the left rear, and around she's going to go. couple drivers have come to pit road. Aiden Alvecchione along with Philly Edwards have come to pit road. One driver coming back out, I do believe, onto the speedway, or at least attempting to. There's the number 41 of Dan Murphy Jr. So Murphy will come back out. He has completed one official lap here tonight, so he'll be multiple laps down, 23 laps to be exact, down here tonight. A couple cars in front of the leaders here. That is the number 38 of Brandon Feeney and the number 40 of Rob Higgins. They should be able to come back around the pace car here. Tag the back of the field whenever we do get the signal to double up, and that's exactly what we get here. Those drivers will rocket ship around the speedway and tag the back. So we're ready to go once again. A.J. Hamilton, Williamson, Michael Trevarth, and Rex Hoyle. The 99 of Jenkins and the 13 M.A. Joshua Buckley. Look at him. He's back up into the 6th spot here tonight. Green flag up. Great start by the one of Williamson. Will he be able to challenge, though? We have not seen the outside lane work, as he will not. He'll fall back into second, but look at the run he got, as it looks like the number 2, Michael Trevarthen, just checked up the bottom side of the speedway. That number 1 of Williamson getting down into P number 2. Hamill still being able to lead the way here tonight at Oxford. Rex Hoyle, the Colony Tire Service Center, the veteran here of the drivers, currently still stuck to the outside. It's the same song and dance here for the driver of Rex Hoyle. He has just been put to the outside, but look at Brandon Wynn. He is down to the inside, car number 14. He had to start way back in the field, shotgun to the field here tonight for Brandon Wynn, and he is now inside the top 5, and we have not even completed 30% of this race. So that NOS Energy Drink, car number 14, is on the loud pedal. Does anybody have anything for, though, the A.J. Hamill entry is what we are wondering here tonight. The Arts Barbershop entry is leading this one away, and oh, contact, and him and Dalton Williamson will spin to the outside. Caution flag is out for the 4th time here tonight on lap number 31. Every time we drive these Legends cars, it seems like you get a little bit of a rough start here for these drivers, and it looks to be the same song and dance here at Oxford. So Williamson and Hamill going to make the contact, and both those drivers are 1 and 2 in the championship standings. Take a couple looks at it here. Hamill comes off the corner, tries to protect the bottom side. Williamson into the rear bars, and then when Hamill tries to correct, it absolutely turns him around. Williamson ends up in the wall. Hamill winds up down there in turn number 1. Right on board with Williamson. Right there into the back of the bars, and then back across, finished off. So the top 2 championship contenders going to have to go to the back of the field here, so that'll turn things over to be Michael Trevarthen leading this one here tonight. Mark Jenkins, Dave Bragg, Brandon Wynn, Rex Hoyle, your unofficial top 5. Not halfway home in this one. Does look like both drivers, number 1 of Dalton Williamson and A.J. Hamill, both will stay on the speedway. They will start at the back of the field. There's Philly Edwards. He got a lap back, so Edwards will be the 17th place car on the lead lap. So this is the 4th time we have seen the iRacing.com official pace car. iRacing, of course, just reaching the 12-week mark here in this season. A lot of new content for the iRacing.com platform has been released. A lot of these drivers trying to get acclimated with it. The one thing they haven't released is, well, Oxford with lights on it. These drivers were hoping to run tonight's race here under the lights. Unfortunately, the lights malfunctioning, so we will run it in the daytime here tonight. It'll be Trevarthen and Jenkins when they come back into the restart zone. with Bragg and Wynn back there in row number 2. Big jump there by the 99 of Jenkins. He'll be able to clear the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen by the time they get to turn number 1. Now here comes Brandon Wynn trying to get around the number 31 out of turn number 2. Michael Trevarthen's car not coming up the full song and dance on this restart. Not sure what's going on as Mark Jenkins is pulling away here from the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. That was Dave Bragg there into the back bars of car number 2 just a moment ago. Now it looks like that number 2 is back up to kilter. Wynn will fall back in line, plus 15. The only driver to hit the double digits here tonight on positions gained. Still a lot of racing to go here, and we've seen a little bit of a rough and rumble tagging one. Dan Butler in the number 21, black and orange striped Legends here. It says no brakes on the back of his car. He's the only driver right now stuck on the outside of that conveyor belt. Give him plenty of room, doesn't want to have an incident here. Feeney trying a little bit different line right ahead of these guys as he's trying to work over the number 6 of Eric Stout. Dennis Bruce going to leave the bottom side open in the Mountain Dew number 26, so that's going to open up the door. Eric Stout going to try to get there, and then Brandon Feeney's going to have to hope that he can hold the bottom side and get that Liquid Molly 38 around him. Looks like he will. Here comes A.J. Hamill. It is just not fun if you get out of the groove here tonight at Oxford. You are going to go straight backwards like an anchor hitting the water. Jenkins still out front as you see him. That's the race lead as they come across the stripe. 1.3 second lead for Mark Jenkins. Battle for second. Here comes Dave Bragg, the Jiffy Lube entry, the driver out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Second full-time season here. Here comes Brandon Wynn. He'll use the curbing a little bit down there at 3 and 4. As Michael Trevarthen is fading now for some reason towards Well, trying to stay inside the top 5, but Joshua Buckley to the inside. Ever since that 13 MA has got his computer rebuilt, that car has been a rocket ship here. Monday having a heck of a run, finished inside the top 5 and trying to go back-to-back top 5s here if he can do it here on Thursday night. So now with Dave Bragg in second, will he be able to possibly run down that 99 and Mark Jenkins up front there? There you see the distance, about a half a straightaway here tonight at Oxford is the distance for the race leader. It's a 1.7 second gap right now back to Dave Bragg. Hoyle sitting there. There see the 05 entry. He's one of those drivers that really loves to come to short tracks like this where you have to manhandle the car. But look at Joshua Buckley trying to manhandle that car. Good run here for the 05 of Rex Hoyle, who gets to the inside of Brandon Wynn. And now can Joshua Buckley follow through? Maybe Michael Trevarthen can close the gap and also get on through the door. When the doors open, you gotta go because, well, they're not going to be open for very long. That car looks a little tight that time for Brandon Wynn, and now he'll fall back into what is now going to be the 6th position. So he goes from second at one point all the way back here now into the 6th spot. A.J. Watkins right there. Watkins had a really fast lap in his practice session. They started 7th here tonight, and the driver out of Titusville, Florida, is still currently sitting in the 7th spot. So a very solid run for the rookie this season. As of late, they've really started to turn the momentum up and get these consistent and, well, quality finishes here. Brandon Feeney, I didn't notice it, but something happened to the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. He's back fading through the field again. Brandon Feeney, one of the only drivers in the field who has Legends experience, raced on the Canadian Tour. We are halfway home here tonight. Mark Jenkins is still the race leader. and it is now a 2.3-second deficit. There's the lead. It's now almost a straightaway. Can Mark Jenkins keep up the pace that he has? He has been 2 to 3 tenths of a second faster per lap over everybody else in the battle now. Here comes Hoyle. Hoyle to the inside. Granny Hips trying to get there. That car's going to get tight. He had to lift out of the throttle. That'll give Bragg the run down the front straightaway. Now it looks like the inside lane will prevail once again. Brandon Wynn is fading off the top five's back bumpers. Makes you wonder, did Brandon Wynn possibly use up his tires, having to start deep into the field here tonight? So Brandon Wynn currently back into the 6th position, as there's the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe number 5. Brian Bianchi has caught him. Bianchi going to run a little wider down in 1 and 2. See if he can get the run off turn number 2. It looks like now about even for that car. There's A.J. Hamill and Dalton Williamson still locked together. Williamson going to give the bars to the back bumper of the Arts Barbershop entry again. Just laying on him, laying on him. Now he'll get to the inside. As the 18 going to make a little contact with the 1. Dalton Williamson going to go ahead and take that spot. Now A.J. Hamill will fall back into the 11th spot. Maybe more. Philly Edwards was lurking to the bottom side. Not going to be able to make the pass, though. So more contact between the 1 and the 18. Going to send the 18 back a couple spots. Michael Trevarthen now looking to the inside of Joshua Buckley. Can he take the spot? He will. Buckley's just going to concede and just fall back into the bottom side. Jenkins still out front. Last time by, it was dead even between Hoyle and Jenkins on the lap time. So the lap has kind of faded now to just 2.5 seconds, and that's where they stay. Dan Butler and Bob Higgins doing a little battle back here. It's back for the 16th and 17th position. Remember, Bob brought out one of those caution flags early, went 2 laps down, and has now got back onto the lead lap with the caution flags we've had here this evening. A.J. Hamill underneath the number 40 of Rob Higgins, so he'll take 1 spot back from the Busch Latte entry. We'll see if A.J. can run back down Dalton Williamson. We've seen those two trade paint here multiple times here tonight, and these two still side by side. It's like a hot potato contest. No, you take it. No, you take it. No, you have it. I don't want it. Here you go. Back and forth between Higgins and Butler. You can see Butler has a lot of wheel into that car here tonight. The tires may be fading very fast on car number 21, which is why Butler has fallen back to the 17th running position. Guess who is coming? And he is coming in a hurry. Rex Hoyle now is running about 2/10 to 3/10 of a second quicker a lap than the race leader. You can see him, the yellow car out there just to the left of the picture. That's the race leader. Dan Butler right now currently between the 2 leaders. As Jenkins will get underneath the 30 of Bob Higgins, putting him a lap down. This time by, it'll be 70 laps completed here tonight at the Oxford Plains Speedway. As it is Hoyle running in second. Jenkins is the race leader. Trevarthen is right there also, though. Joshua Buckley started to fall a couple car lengths back. But the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13 MA, is still currently sitting there. Dave Bragg is still sitting into that 5th position, with Brian Bianchi back into the 6th spot. The Yankee is currently now the highest running driver with positions gained because, remember, it used to be Brandon Wind, but Wind has, well, started to fall through the field here right now, and it looks like Brandon Wind is back there running in about the 11th position on the speedway. So he started to fade. The tires must just have gone away on car number 14. Trevarthen pressuring the 05 here now, as it looks like he will be able to get to the inside of the Colony Tire and Service Center 05. So now put Michael Trevarthen as he enters turn 3 just by the bumper bar of that number 2 car into P number 2. Well, we'll get back down to the bottom side of the speedway and, almost right into the back Nerf bars. Oh, hold on to her, Rex. Rex going to hold on to her. He's going to take it up and over. Oh, no, Rex Hoyle. No caution flag coming out for Rex Hoyle. It looks like he will get that car. Looks pretty good still. Unfortunately, going to lose a lot of positions here. So Buckley will gain that spot over Rex Hoyle. And we'll see if Rex Hoyle can continue on here tonight. Just 25 laps remaining. Jenkins is still the race leader here tonight at Oxford. It's Jenkins, Trevarthen, and Buckley. Bianchi and Dalton Williamson sitting into that 5th spot. Rex Hoyle is coming to pit road in the 05 entry. Something must be bent in that machine. These cars take a licking and keep on ticking. But it looks like that car is down on pit road, and see if he can get back out. 23 to go. Now the other 505 Motorsports entry. That was Brian Bianchi in the Culpeppers Bakery Cafe. Number 5, who's currently sitting into the 4th spot, has Dalton Williamson all over the back. Williamson going to push him up out of the groove. Williamson trying to bully his way back through the field here tonight. Bianchi trying to hold him there. And Williamson going to come up, make a little contact with the 5. Eric Stout sliding on in there down to the bottom side. And now he'll put Bianchi back another spot. So Bianchi going to go from running in the 4th spot all the way back to 6th. A.J. Hamill, Philly Edwards still sitting back there 7th and 8th. Bragg is now 9th. And Rob Higgins is back there running into the 10th position. See the 6 of Stout getting right to the back bumper bar. Right on board with Eric Stout. Let's see how he enters the corner. It looks like, a little shallow that time. Not going to quite have the run through the middle, but gets a good run off, actually. Trying to keep the RPMs of this little 600 Legends machine wound up. That's the 05 on Rex Hoyle. Looks like he's coming back into pit road. So something definitely not running right here tonight for the 05. Williamson starting to be able to pull away here as Bianchi is falling back. Now into the clutches of A.J. Hamill. Tires really starting to fade for a lot of these drivers here tonight. A.J. going to get to the inside, and it looks like he should be able to clear the number 05, or the 5. There's the 05 still limping around the inside. Philly Edwards is right there in the Iron Maiden, number 73. And he will also take that spot. So Bianchi now back to 8th. He's been on a downward slide. Eric Stout still all over the back end of car number 1 here tonight. Eric Stout trying to get around that number 1, but it seems like the number 6 is definitely faster at this point. Just cannot get around the number 1. $13 to go at the line. You're watching the battle for the 4th position. Now Williamson going to open up the bottom, but he's going to take the nose piece off car number 6. Williamson's going to hang on to it now as we're coming to get 12 to go this time by. It's still Jenkins out front with about a half a second race lead, so the lead is starting to fade. But there's still 11 laps to go. There you can see it, both the race leaders in the same picture frame. 11 to go. There's Jenkins, there's Trevarthen. Buckley has faded a little bit. He's sitting about 4 seconds behind the race leaders. Looks like Brandon Wynn is pulling to the infield here in car number 14. Could possibly have a tire going down. Double high five that time at the flag stand. It's 10 laps remaining here. Now it's 9 laps. That's how fast Mark Jenkins is hustling around the speedway, but he's going to have to hustle faster. Michael Trevarthen is right there. How bad does Jenkins want it to pick up his first win of the season? 8 laps to go. It'll be 7 now at the line. Sideways for Jenkins. Contact. Trevarthen. Trevarthen going to go up and out here into the wall. The caution flag coming out as both leaders were sideways. Oh boy. A re-rack 'em, re-stack 'em kind of moment coming here. As your race leaders made contact. Watch the 99. He's going to get loose. I don't know if there's contact. Well, there might have been contact there. We saw that earlier between A.J. Hamill and Dalton Williamson off turn number 4. Oh, yeah, a little contact there from Trevarthen into the back of the 99. And that's what's going to put us under the caution flag. Cars are definitely a handful here tonight. So it's going to be a shootout, that is for sure. It will be it'll be Mark Jenkins, Joshua Buckley, Dalton Williamson, Michael Trevarthen, Eric Stout, A.J. Hamill, Philly Edwards, Brian Bianchi, and Rob Higgins. They are the only drivers left on the lead lap here. I think Feeney is also being scored on the lead lap, but he's down on pit road. Something happening to the 31 of Dave Bragg right now. We're going to see 3 to go. Lights are still on the pace car. Dave Bragg having issues down there on the apron once again. Let's see. I think this is going to put us, this will put us into overtime. Overtime rules, 3 green, white checker attempts here with the Red Light Racing Series. As this will be green, white checker attempt number 1. The field is doubled up here. We'll see the green flag, and then next time by, the white flag. Safety car off. Here we go. Mark Jenkins, Joshua Buckley. Great start by the 99 of Jenkins. He'll hold the bottom side of the speedway. Here comes Dalton Williamson. Joshua Buckley trying to come back to the outside. Do they have anything left here at Oxford? 2 to go down the back straightaway. Jenkins still holding the bottom side down here into 3 and 4. We will see the white flag this time by Mark Jenkins. Picks up the Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe white flag. Dalton Williamson trying to get to the back there of that 99. Here comes Eric Stout. Stout will now get P number 3. He will sail it off into the corner for the final time. Out of turn number 4, it will be the 99 of Mark Jenkins picking up his first win of the season. So it'll be Jenkins, it'll be Williamson, it'll be Stout, Philly Edwards, Joshua Buckley, Michael Trevorth, A.J. Hamill, Rob Higgins, Brandon Feeney, and Brian Bianchi. So there is your unofficial top 10 here tonight at the Oxford Plains Speedway. So with Mark Jenkins picking up the win here tonight, he will add his name this season to the list of drivers that have picked up wins like Dalton Williams and A.J. Hamill. Little contact there, little congratulations contact from Dalton Williamson. I think he's hit everything but the pace car now. So we're taking a quick break here from Oxford's Plain. We'll be back with the Holy Shirts and Pants post-race show.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Oxford Plains Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag All-Fly Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. 101 laps needed here tonight to figure out who was going to pick up the big trophy here tonight in the penultimate race of the season. We have had 101 laps, and that leads us now straight into the Holy Shirts and Pants post-race show, where we are standing by with your winner here tonight, the driver out of Richmond, Virginia. How about it, Mark Jenkins? It was a long race here tonight, but you were able to last all 101 laps.
Yeah, I got a little bit lucky there. The leaders had problems. Probably didn't really have anything for them, and just lady luck on my side. Had a little incident there with Mike at the end. He was catching me his last 10 laps, and we made contact. I really don't know what happened after that. Maybe you can enlighten me.
Well, the little contact there with Trevarthen, did that hurt the car at all then for that final restart? Were you worried because it was going to come down to you and Trevarthen, and then all of a sudden there were about 10 other drivers on the lead lap that were stuffed up right behind you?
Yeah, I was a little worried. You're always worried when you have Dalton Williamson behind you. I knew my tires were shot. I'm looking at my tires right now. My right front is at 42%, so I definitely wore them out. But yeah, lucked out tonight.
Well, the best part about it is they give them to you for free, so you might as well use them, and you did that here tonight. How does it feel to know, though, that you are now on the win list this season with the names of Rex Hoyle, James Skellen, A.J. Hamill, and Dalton Williamson?
It's huge. Hopefully I can carry this momentum and get some more consistent finishes here, because that's my my biggest hurdle this year has been just staying consistent. So maybe we can ride this momentum and get some more top fives here.
What do you think going into next week, championship round down in Nashville?
I just want to stay out of the way. Nashville's not my best track, and I'm not racing for the championship, and just trying to run clean next week.
We had a great run here tonight, Mark. Before we let you go, the red carpet will roll out for the first time this season. The microphone is yours. Who do you got to thank back home?
Well, I want to thank Josh for letting me run with everyone, and I really enjoy this league, and just you and everyone who's watching. I appreciate the support.
There you hear it. Mark Jenkins, the driver out of Richmond, Virginia, here tonight, will pick up 8 spots, and he will be able to lead the final lap, which is the lap that counts. So Mark Jenkins will pick up the big victory here tonight. Running back into the second spot, had to come back from a little adversity here tonight. Dalton, a little bit of a rough one for you here in this one crew.
Yeah, I was just I mean, like I said, I apologize to AJ already. That was 100% on me. I was trying to push him to get him tight a little bit and get underneath him, and just misjudged it. Definitely didn't want to do that, but I mean, all in all, I guess I'm pretty happy I came back through the field like that, but definitely didn't deserve to finish where I finished tonight.
How hard is it here at Oxford with these 600cc Legends machines to make the passes? It looked like the outside lane was non-existent here tonight.
Well, I mean, if the hitboxes were a little more realistic on the sim, I think it'd be a lot easier, but the fact that you could barely hit somebody and it causes them to have a seizure, it's kind of hard to get around people.
Well, how about this then? Forget Oxford already. Throw it away. Next week, championship night, street stocks, Nashville.
That track to me drives like a bigger New Smyrna, so I think I'm just going to try to conserve my tires and be there at the end and just sit there and save.
Well, we're going to let you get to practice on saving just a little bit. Remember, you don't have to pay for them. You don't have to save them. But hey, who do you got to thank for another great run here on Thursday night?
First and foremost, Turn 3 Racing Network for all the broadcast work you guys do. Roger, you and I do a hell of a job. As far as the admin, Rob, Josh, Eric, and the rest of the admin crew, Checkered Flag Auto Supply, Kenny Zeem Setup Shop, Nitro Racing, Reb Esports, Platinum RV Services, and Josh and Mike for all the work they did this week.
There you hear it. Dalton Williamson comes back from way deep into the field after a little bit of a scuffle. He will finish P number 2. Finishing into the third spot, a great run here for the driver out of Virginia. How about it, Eric Stout? That car had some damage on it, but it still looked very fast here tonight.
Definitely unexpected. I was pretty bad in practice with hot lap speed and was just trying to conserve. I think the other two guys already touched on it. Tires is really the name of the game. AJ and I talked a lot about that, just trying to be patient. Had the incident with Brandon, I think on the second restart. I got into him and I felt bad, so I self-imposed the EOL there, but felt like there was enough laps if I could just bide my time to work my way back through, and it paid off. Sort of followed Bianchi around there for a while. He was setting a good pace, and then followed Dalton around, just sort of running his pace, and letting him open some holes, and followed him through. And that was it. This was lucky in that respect, and I'll take it. Happy to have a few good finishes here towards the end of the season.
Yeah, what does that do for your confidence level, having finishes like this here at tracks that are maybe outside the realm that you thought were inside your repertoire of being good?
I think it's really it really speaks to the work with AJ and being able to talk with him throughout the week and test and sort of run different scenarios together to see what kind of results we can get, at least in the practice room. And it's it's paying off here on Thursday so far.
Well, a great run for you here tonight. You heard the other two talk about Nashville. What's going to be the plans there for the big old heavy street stock?
I'm excited for that one. I love the street stock, and I love that track. I don't know if I'll be any good, but it'll be fun. Good way to close out the season. I think Dalton already wrapped up the championship, so it'll be sort of a victory lap for him, I guess. But yeah, just looking forward to, hopefully another 100 clean laps and come back strong in February.
Well, before we let you go, we hope to talk to you next week. But who's on the side of this car? Because it's one of the good-looking ones out there.
So this design was actually done by our buddy Doyle, who hasn't made a handful of races, but he's put together some pretty slick paints for me. Hat tip to you, Roger, for your work throughout the season in Turn 3. My other admins, Josh and Rob, and of course, AJ for all the help and smarts that he's imparting, and then my wife.
So a very smart Eric Stout there. You heard it, race fans. Thanked probably the most important person, his wife out there. And, well, that's a big factor for a lot of these drivers, their home lives and having to sit here on the sim for a couple hours during the week. So there you heard it, though. Your top three competitors, Mark Jenkins, Dalton Williamson, Eric Stout, Philly Edwards was fourth. Joshua Buckley will fade back to fifth. Michael Trevarthen has to settle for a sixth spot, while AJ Hamill will rally back for seventh. Rob Higgins was eighth. Brandon Feeney was ninth. And unofficially, your top 10 rounding out was Brian Bianchi. That's your unofficial top 10 here as we get ready to leave the Oxford Plains Speedway. So Oxford's officially in the books. What does that mean? Well, that means with where Dalton Williamson has finished, you heard Eric Stout talk about it, he has officially wrapped up the championship this season with one race left. That race, that will be held next week, December the 15th, at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We will go there for the championship night, presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. So that's 1 week away where we crown a champion. That'll be 4 championships with Dalton Williamson. 3 of those championships across 3 different platforms of cars, if you include the SK Modified, the Whelen Modified, and here this season with the Short Track Series, Scrambler Series, across 4 different divisions of cars on iRacing. With that being said, race fans, we thank you all here tonight for tuning in to watch the virtual race here tonight at the Oxford Plains Speedway for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. So for everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody with Red Light Racing, and all of us with the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show here from Oxford. And until we see you next week at Nashville, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.